I've played old school RuneScape for a long time, since almost 2009, 2008. And there's always been one challenge that I've wanted to try, and it is the hardcore Ironman. And today, that officially starts. To make sure that I actually survive past the early game, I wanted to start out with the absolute essentials, especially with the RuneLite client. So before starting my hardcore Ironman journey, I wanted to install RuneLite, and I wanted to disable all of the plugins except for the ones that I know that I'm going to be using. And after tons of research, I've settled on 27 unique plugins for my RuneScape journey. Here we go. So for visuals and performance, I downloaded 117 HD, low detail, and key remapping. So interestingly, for 17 HD, it completely changes the look and feel of the game. This feels kind of bleak, very toned down, and when I enable it, this is very vibrant, bright. It extends the map visuals. It looks pretty nice. Now, low detail, what this plugin does, it removes the visual clutter on the screen, because sometimes during a boss fight things get too intense. You may confuse some of the clutter for other things. And next we have key remapping. This just allows me to use WASD, and it locks the chat bar. So when I press WASD, it's not instantly going to chat. So if you look right here, it says press enter to chat, press enter to chat. Use WASD, I'm not moving. Press enter, WASD, and I'm able to move my camera very well. It also allows you to remap F keys, but I've already done that in my settings. Next, we'll go into survival and mechanics. These plugins cover some of the tactical overlays, coordinate counters, and HP monitors designed to protect my hardcore status. And I'm going to be using corner indicators, ground markers, and status bars. Timers and buffs, boosts, info, and logout timer. So corner indicators are pretty useful. It allows you to see which tile you will be clicking on. And since old school RuneScape is a tile-based game, it's very beneficial for precise clicks and precise movement. And another thing I like is that it also highlights your true tile. See how this tile underneath my hardcore Ironman is highlighted in gray? If I was to move very far away, that gray tile moves with my player. So this true tile shows my true position. See, it's moving tile by tile until it reaches its destination tile. Pretty useful, very useful for movement. Next is ground markers. So ground markers allows you to enable certain tiles. Another one I like to use is status bars. Status bars, it just moves the original information to a more bigger area so that I'm able to see it without having to kind of strain my eyes and look at these small little orbs. Another critical thing is logout timer. So logout timer is crazy OP for AFK grinds. So originally, if you leave your character AFK for 5 minutes, you'll automatically log out. But for some reason, this plugin allows you to extend it to 25 minutes. Pretty insane. Now I'll be going over quest, clues, and speed category. And this is just automating my early progression, removing the tedious frustrations of clue scroll puzzles, and things like that. So one of the most popular plugins is the quest helper, and this just allows you to complete quests super fast and easily, and it makes questing seamless, and it makes it almost fun. Another thing that I've also downloaded was Wikisync. The next category of plugins is looting. items and statistics. So things like ground items, loot tracker, loot lookup, item charges, item stats, and a skill calculator. Very, very useful. Skill calculator is super nice. So let's say I want to train prayer. My target level is 47. And I go type in here what type of prayer training route I want to go into. So I'll go into Dragon Bones, probably the most common one. So in order for me to get to level 1 to 47, I'd need 1044 Dragon Bones. Pretty cool. Lastly, some of the plugins I've enabled reflect chat, UI, and account. So this just cleans up and enhances my overall experience with the game. Things like menu entry swapper, super convenient. Default world hopper. So these are nice because it remembers the last world that you logged out in and then logs you back in. Pretty cool. High score and wiki sync, chat history and timestamps, and screenshot automator. So the menu entry swapper kind of works like this. You hover over whatever. So for an example, the first option for this spade right here is dig. But if I want to change that to drop, let's say, so now that I've reset, look at that cat. So now that I've reset its left click function from dig to drop, it automatically drop. So now I'm gonna just change that back. Just reset to dig and dismiss evil Bob. And so now world hopper. World hopper is pretty convenient because it just allows you to quickly hop over different worlds without having to go to the client side world hopper. It's pretty quick and convenient. And also chat history just gives you these times based on whatever happens in chat. And screenshot automator just, you know, takes a screenshot of specific level ups, drops, completed quests, rare boss drops, things like that. This is some of the plugins that I'm going to be using for my hardcore Ironman journey. If you have any recommendations on other types of plugins I should be enabling or have, please leave a comment and I'd be sure to get back to you. Thanks.